welcome back to another episode of StumbleCraft. This is episode 7, and as the episode says, this episode is all about distractions, and as you can see, we're coming up on what started this all. So, I basically created a dye farm. Started with the flower farm, added the cactus farm. War Prophet's actually going to go ahead and turn that giant hole into a squid farm, so we can get the ink, and then he's also going to do a cocoa plant or cocoa bean farm over here as well, or somewhere around there. So why are we so concerned about dye? Well, I need to make a tree farm because I want to do my villager trading hall, and I didn't want to just sit there and hack away at the wood after it had produced it. Excuse me, hiccups. And so I was like, I have this great idea. We'll just blow it up. And of course, we're on bedrock. And so, we don't have any TNT duplicators, so it would have to be all TNT. And that was when I started looking at my mechanics of my creeper farm. And that's when I made my creeper farm tutorial. And I actually made it even better than the one that I had made way out there. And so, yeah. Now I have a bunch of gunpowder to be able to make TNT. Actually, I have some of it out here. A few rockets, and got this sand and a bunch of sand over there because, well, I got bored, and sometimes when I get bored or I don't really feel like working on something, I'll do something like mining or something kind of monotonous that's still useful. Well, to help out More Profit and Sapphire, I actually despawned a bunch of this river. It goes all the way over there, and the part that goes down over there, all about 100 blocks away. And you can't probably see it, but right where my cursor is at is where the scaffolding is, way out there for 100 blocks that way, and there's another one over there as well. So we'll get to those. But yeah, so dye farm, tree farm. Gosh, so many distractions. I'm distracted. I'm totally distracted, guys. So we're gonna have the squid farm over there for the ink. I'm gonna have my tree farm, and I didn't want it to, I didn't want to have to actually hack away at it, so we're gonna blow it up with TNT. Well, if we're doing a tree farm and we're blowing up TNT over the squid farm to catch it, why not add in, a basalt farm, cobblestone farm, concrete farm, and then once we hit the concrete farm, we hit the dye issue, and this was created. And it's just led to all this chaos, because now I need to build an auto crop farm for the bone meal for this. I need to build that as well for the tree farm, because it needs a bunch of bone meal. So we got that farm, and then get out of here. Get out of here, guys. Get out of here. I guess we could sleep, but I don't sleep. So, anywho, so bone meal, smelter to make the bone meal, because we're going to do potatoes, baked potatoes, bone meal, farms, and then we need fuel. So of course we need fuel for the smelters, so bamboo farm, flying machine, and now I've even been thinking I'm probably going to throw a bee farm in here as well. So yeah, this is kind of slowly turning into almost like an industrial kind of area for us, and we really weren't even intending it to be. It was really just going to be a tree farm and a dye farm, and it's now blown up into all this chaos, crazy distractions. But I love it. It's fun. I'm actually having a lot of fun with it. So real quick before we go ahead and we get into the tree farm and where that's going to be, let's go ahead and that's sleep. We're all slept up, and I just wanted to go over this real quick, the mechanics of this, because this took me a little bit to figure out how to get it to work right. So let's turn it on, and bone meal, water, and then if you see, as soon as the water's gone, it bone meals it. I mean, the timing on this, I mean, I got real lucky. It's perfect. Boom. So yeah, so it works out, and you can see it even gets down here. It's just I'm running out of bone meal, so it should hit everything. And bone meal, bone meal, bone meal. Yeah, so it's nice. I might be running into a little bit of issue there, so maybe I'll delay some of this later, but we'll figure that out. Not a big deal. But yeah, the mechanics on it, not too hard. So we got an item that comes through here, gets stopped because of that. That sends a signal. The signal, this line right here, goes to all the dispensers, and then this line just kind of delays it, sends it on down to another little hopper item detector thing that actually kicks off the water. The dispensers dispense that, and then when it does that, it also sends this signal down, keys off, and does it again, and that actually soaks up the water, and then it all starts all over again. Once I have this thing full of bone meal, I might have to change the timing, but like I said, I do think that this is hitting it just perfect. You see the little poofs of it trying to do it, so it should work once I get it full. But anywho, let's get over to that tree farm, and that is going right here. It'll fly right over there, it'll get blown up, fall into the octopus farm, all will be good. And yeah, so this is going to go here, and we'll push it that way. And like I said, this is one that A Writerish had done. A link will be in the video. I'm probably not going to show much of this, but let's go ahead and let's go check out that creeper farm, and when we come back, we'll have ourselves a tree farm. Alright, so as you can see, I did a pretty massive overhaul to the creeper farm, and then I also went and did some netherite hunting. And as you can see, I got myself some blocks. I actually got 3 blocks total. I put 1 block up over at my creeper farm and put it up on the wall there, you know, kind of first block of netherite ever earned. Figured that was the right place to leave that little memento in a frame over there. But as you can see, we have, while we were gone, completed the tree farm. Now, one thing that I really kind of liked is I added a lot of personal touches to this. So the farm itself is pretty much that whole thing and that part, and then the rest of this is kind of stuff I've changed about it, all in a good way. Not that there was anything wrong with it, I'm just modifying it for my needs, you know. So one thing that I thought was kind of neat was I wanted to be able to have people come up here, open this up, grab some saplings if they needed for whatever version, be able to run over to the farm, hop on in, and make it happen. You know, if they need to move one of these switches for the oak or acacia, cool. If they just wanted to, you know, chop it with an axe, they could choose to do that, or the explodey one, which is with the TNT. And I thought this was just a really nice, clean way of doing this, because I was thinking of using chests, but right behind here is a bunch of redstone, and I just, you know, didn't want people seeing it, and the only way to have a chest here would to have some, you know, like a piece of glass or something, or just empty, and I just didn't like how that would look. So I thought this was a pretty neat little use of the droppers. But for making that happen, I had to do a number of changes. I was already planning to have a sorting system anyways, and I was thinking I was just going to have, you know, storage chests down here. If I had done that, this all would not be here. But that's all basically to facilitate feeding those droppers, and I'll get into that in a sec. So this right here is all the basic wiring of this particular farm, and like I said, A-Riderus has a great video. Link is in the description if you want to know a little bit more about that. One important part to know is this pink wire right here is a repeating 1 tick clock that's connected to the droppers there for the bone meal, and I connected into that to be able to do some other things. So as you can see, the sorting system, not super complicated at all. It's just a basic sorting system. What happens though is stuff comes in and it goes down into these particular hoppers, this level of hoppers, and each one has one at that level, and those all go to the dropper system to fill up those 4 droppers up there, or actually sorry, 5 droppers that are up there with all the spruces. So it feeds all of those in, that it collects from the tree farm as it runs, and runs up these. This turns on, tick 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 tick, everything goes and works. Now another thing that it does though, which I'm kind of glad I did, is in case somehow this gets filled up, I don't want it backing up or doing anything, so I set up this circuit here where basically when this is got, I believe, over 3 stacks or something like that, it will charge this, it extends that piston moves this hopper up, and that then sends it into this line of hoppers, and all the hoppers on this level feed into this dropper, which has lava underneath it, and then that also gets ticked every time the thing is turned on, so it gets rid of the extras for us. Obviously nothing in there because I haven't been running it enough. So that is basically this big modification I did, and then this line right here goes up to there, and that basically is my switch to turn on this wall of droppers from up there, because I was thinking of having this basically an accessible area, but I think next episode when we come back, we get this all built up, you're going to see that it's not really going to be accessible. Other than that, figuring out the TNT was fun. I created a little safety switch here too, so basically if any of these run out completely of items, it will shut off the machine. And then down here I just have a basic simple piston push, single wide. I do have a tutorial that I'm putting out here real soon, within the next 24 hours of dropping this. I actually had a double set of pistons originally pushing this way, and then 2 pushing this way. It started to be a problem though, basically because this piston right here kept pushing into everything and messing things up, and so I went simple and just went with the single route. Mainly because the only reason I did the double one in the first place was just thinking that it was going to be moving fast enough I would need to, but it actually does not, so totally works out. Simpler, easier design. And then we've got an AND switch, so if both these are full and not moving, you know, for whatever reason, it'll shut off the machine. It won't piston anymore to hopefully save some of that redstone. And then we got our droppers back here, and these are all set up to where this one ticks and drops up into here, but this particular dropper does not actually ever tick, so you don't have to worry about coming up here and having a bunch of saplings all over the ground. So yeah, I mean, that was pretty much it that we got done. It was a lot, and it took quite a while to do. I didn't record a bunch of it, mainly because I said this part that I knew how to do, someone else's, and then all this was, I mean, literally so long figuring out what exactly I was going to do, and the fact I had a different system in there with the 2 pistons set up anyways, there really wasn't any feasible way to do that because I didn't know exactly what I was going to do. But that being said, we have gotten a lot done today on today's episode, and I mean, we got the flower farm, the obscenely oversized flower farm. We got an obscenely oversized cactus farm as well. Not sure if I had mentioned that. I think it's 48 per row. So, I mean, that's 96 potential cactuses that could pop off, at any tick. So I'm sure we're actually getting pretty full on the cactus now too, which is nice, along with the other flowers. Oh, not getting too many of the orange ones, but that's okay. Yeah, so I mean, getting a fair amount of that. I think I actually have some tulips down here too. Yeah, there we go. So we're not too bad on the oranges either, so everything's working good. Next week when we come back for the next episode, we'll be working on the auto crop farms and the smelting system. May or may not get to the bamboo farms to feed the smelting system. Oh, distractions, guys. That's this whole episode, distractions, because I'm actually supposed to be working on my villager trading hall. So, anywho, that's going to be it for today's episode. I got some additional footage with the machine actually running, so definitely hang out to check that out. But don't forget to like and subscribe. Definitely, if you have comments, questions, concerns, definitely let me know. I'd love to interact with the community out there. And with that being said, that is today's episode, and thank you. And my name is Captain Paperweight.